it may be that it goes in cycles, that they're, in the 50s, everybody was really tinkering on their cars in their garages, and that was a real hobby and a real pastime that nobody thought of as a counterculture. Whereas now it's not as common, but Make Magazine's success really points to the fact that there really is a lot more people doing this kind of thing. I think Mythbusters happens to be properly placed. Our timing was right, absolutely through no fault of our own, that Jamie and I are completely in line with that type of mentality. We are both, intensely curious about the world and how it works, and that's what the show is about. The show is really about our curiosity, and because we don't have degrees in what we're doing, we don't have formal training in it, our curiosity is the audience's curiosity. Nobody has ever figured out a new way of doing things by doing things the way everyone else was doing them. I mean, there is always the established way to go about things, the established way to ask questions. And there are always people who try and look at it from a different angle. As far as that being frowned upon, I mean, I don't know if it's frowned upon institutionally, because often those people are highly prized at the places they work and for the projects they do, because inevitably the people who are asking different questions are at the forefront of innovation in every field.
Let me say, among many of the special things about Texas is this election system you have. Nobody could have designed one this unique.
According to editor and publisher, Goldfarb compared the editors of the New York Times to a blogger, quote, sitting at home in his mother's basement and ranting into the ether between games of Dungeons and Dragons, unquote. Senator McCain, I want to tell you something. I played Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm only asking this to try and, as far as I can, to flavour my remarks to fit in with your overall, whatever you're trying to do.
We're sort of assessing MMP, the success or lack thereof for an American audience.
But there's other things in your video than MMP.
No, it really is focusing on MMP, yeah.
I think it'll be a long time before we get to New York, in the US rather. That's the underpinning question. What is the best form of democracy?
This is riffraff. A whole lot of people really didn't want a man in fishnets on a pedestal on the main street, funnily enough, which was great, because that's exactly the reaction I was looking for. Because I didn't do this because I like Rocky Horror. I mean, I quite like Rocky Horror, but I'm not a tranny. I did this mainly because it struck me as a piece of alternative history that would really stuff up the city's psychology.
I think it's pretty clear that having proportional representation makes all the difference. I'm not aware of a Green Party elected to a national legislature anywhere in the world except under a proportional representation system of some kind.
I don't think our vote went down particularly, because we'd never had many people voting for us anyway. Though those parties were so daft and so absurd, and so they were, genuinely silly parties. So the official silly party, the McGillicuddy Serious Party, was no longer needed by the media to hold an unflattering mirror up to the New Zealand political system and New Zealand Parliament and New Zealand MPs.
I'm Richard Carter, and this is the Sashimi Tabernacle Choir.
When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. Put that feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Yeah, stay in the track.
Success!
That's Star Wheel, and it is it's the Ferris wheel that got away. It broke from the mooring and rolled away from the fairgrounds.
Oh, power lines? Holy shit!
No, we got close to that one there, and it was a low neutral line. It's been a really safe experience here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have to sign a waiver.
And it actually ionizes the air around it at that frequency. So what you're hearing is audio modulated thunder.